What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and before we get in this video, guys, I want to give a big shout out to Netmarble for something that they did right in this update, aside from all the really cool characters and the free IV, and that is the fact that they keep resetting this broken destiny, which is pretty damn phenomenal, guys. I mean, you actually can get more rubies from this thing. That is so awesome, man. So I'm really happy that they're doing that. They're also giving more tokens for Cassandra, which is amazing. Really awesome that they're doing this, and I hope they do these kinds of things in the future. Really awesome. I just want to give a big shout out for that. Now into the video at hand, which is Mina versus Bison. We're going to see which one of these characters is actually the best support. Now, the reason I'm comparing these two is, one, they're both collaboration characters. Two, Bison against Omega Rugal is really one of the best supports in the game. He's not the best, but he's one of the best even to this day because he has the right dot. He has a super long 3PG, which means by the time that you switch him out, you can switch to your other characters. You can tag him right in. You don't need any tag cooldown cards or anything like that, which makes him phenomenal. But how does Mina stack up? Well, Mina's actually pretty damn cool because Mina, as we mentioned in yesterday's video, actually has some nice little attack buff built into her kit. But the cool thing about this character is normally whenever you unlock EX cores on a character, you have to unlock a certain core just for PvP, right? Well, with Mina, you can actually set her up for PvE, just for pure raw damage if you want to use her as a damage dealer, or even if you want to use her as a support, because whenever you do unlock Soul Charge and you have her at A5, you are now going to be offering 120% attack to all of your allies. And not only that, but Mina also has the increased target damage received by 45% for 10 seconds upon landing an active skill. Right? When this is off the cooldown and you land your third skill, your second skill, your first skill, whichever it may be, you're going to apply this increased target damage received by 45% on top of the 120% attack. And even if you don't have her at A5, you're still going to be able to get 90% attack for her, which is actually pretty nice. Definitely not as good as 120%, but I love the fact that they made the character to where you can actually, use her for just solid damage if you want to, or she still just becomes a really awesome support. But how good of a support is she? Well, in the comparison that we're going to be doing, obviously it's going to be Bison versus Mina, right? Now, Bison, the only thing he really offers, guys, is the increased target damage received from his EX core. Now, this is the team composition that we're going to be using, okay? We're going to have one setup where we're going to have Bison up here on the top, and we're just going to have a bleeding striker on the bottom in AG, right? Just going to apply some bleed. We're going to have the same bleeding striker for Athena. My face is in the way, but I'm actually using Hydern for the bleeding striker for her. And then I'm just going to use Okita. We're going to have the same exact build on Rugal for both of these runs. And this video is also going to show you guys the level of power creep that we've had ever since just Rugal has been introduced, right? He showed up right after the last collaboration, which was Tekken, and you'll already see the level of power creep that we've had just in a couple months. The level of power creep that we have. But anyways, Bison here, like, this EX core is really where it's at. Just increased target damage received by 30%, which is awesome. And again, guys, he really is one of the best shield breakers in the game. Literally, whenever you do your 3PG and you apply bleed, you can pretty much break the meter, right? But how well does Mina do? Well, let's start this fight off, guys, with the first run with Bison. Now, I'm only going to run this for 1 minute. We're just going to do a 1 minute run, guys. That way this video isn't as long as it really needs to be, and we'll get the drift of what's really going on. Now, I'm going to try to play both of these teams exactly the same. We got the same leadership. We're just switching Bison and Mina. That's all we're doing. Okay, now with Bison, it's very, very straightforward. I got a Serena set on Bison, guys, just to build up his PG, right? You bring him in, 1, 2, 3, and then if the skills reset, 1, 2, 3 again, or 1, 2, whichever the case may be, and then go straight into your 3PG and apply your striker beforehand. Right, and there the meter's broken, and we can bring in Rugal. Now, something I want you guys to notice about this run, because Bison has such a long 3PG, by the time he finishes, we can easily bring in Athena, apply our 100% attack from her second skill. Thank you for subscribing. And then we can apply, we can jump in Rugal right away. We don't have to wait at all for Rugal, which means we're not losing any damage whatsoever, okay? Now, I did these runs quite a few times, and I was pretty much getting about the same outcome every time, okay? And again, guys, something else to notice, Mina has increased target damage received by 45%. Bison's is 30%. Okay, that's another difference there. She's giving 15% more increased target game received, and she only needs to be level 90 to do that. She doesn't need to be A5 to do that, which is pretty phenomenal. Okay, and you might be surprised by the difference here. You know, Bison doesn't offer an attack buff to his allies. Right now, we definitely would get a different outcome if we played against other supports. Do I think? I mean, Mina, you know, you guys can judge for yourself whether or not you think she's a really good support. Personally, I think you're going to find that she is a very good support, on top of being just really a fantastic character to play with. But she's not going to be the top dog. I mean, Athena here really is, because for leadership and the combination of the 100% attack and the fact that she applies both bleeds for Nightmare Geese especially, and whenever you take her to A5, you get, you know, blast skill damage increased by 50%. And I really think that, you know, that she's really the better support. But, you know, a lot of people don't have Athena, and then, you know, maybe they start playing this game whenever Mina showed up. So they're going to have a really amazing support in Mina, even if they don't have her leveled up, even if not at A5. Now, in this comparison, she's going to be A5. We're going to be getting that 120% attack, right? Both these characters that I'm comparing are at A5, right? And, you know, I'll be happy to show you guys any other comparisons if you'd like to see. If you'd like to see one against Kusanagi, I can definitely try that. And see if, you know, that's any better. You know, Kusanagi offers increased target received by 35% and increased attack by 60%, whereas Mina, even at level 90, 90% attack and 45% increased target received. So I still think she would actually be better, and she has dot, and she has better survivability. She's really just a better character, much better than Kusanagi, right? But Kusanagi is free, to be fair, right? She's not fair. She's not free. You got to, you know, spend your rubies. Well, I mean, she's free if you got a lot of rubies, but you guys get the drift, right? And we'll go ahead and we'll pause it right at the 1 minute mark, guys. And as you guys can see, we got 87 billion. Now, the first thing that you're definitely going to notice is the damage from A7 Rugal is nothing compared to these new girls. It is nothing compared to them. They are just so much stronger that it's not even funny. Holy crap. I mean, Mina herself yesterday, guys, 150 billion halfway through, right? So it already shows you. I mean, granted, they're using different set cards, but still, the level of power creep is pretty insane. And Mina is one of the weaker ones. Like, if you put in Cassandra in here or Ivy, you're going to see even a bigger difference, which is just absolutely bonkers, right? Now you're going to see a run where we're going to use Mina. Now, we want to have Mina's EX core unlocked. So what we're going to do is we have to use Rugal's 3PG, so that way we can use this concentrate right away. We're going to bring in Mina. We're going to hopefully get our set proc. I'm using the Rugal set on Mina, by the way, so we can get our PG rate up super fast. And then we bring in Mina. We apply our skills, do our 3PG, and then we're going to bring in Athena and do her 3PG. And then afterwards, we can start getting in a set rotation, okay? So we'll bring in Athena, we'll do her 3PG, right? Notice I didn't bring in the bleeding striker, right? We'll apply the bleed afterwards. So Rugal's going to do his explosion after this. We're going to do the third skill after he does his explosion, and then the second skill, and apply the bleed. There we go. We're going to bring in Mina, hit the third skill for the increased target damage received, and then we're going to hit the EX core, hit the first skill for the 120% attack, and the damage, guys. Like, you can already see that the damage is slightly better. It is definitely better. And by the way, the run that you're watching, this was like the first time that I actually even tried this with Mina. Now, I had to do a little attacks here because I want Rugal to blow up on Rugal. I don't want him blowing up because I'm bringing in Athena next, and I don't want him really blowing up on Athena, and I don't want to get the rotation all out of whack. I want Rugal to always do his explosion on my Rugal, right? That's kind of my goal here, so that's why I was kind of sporting around. But even though I was kind of messing around a little bit there, killing a little time, you will see that there is a difference. I mean, 50 billion, guys, or I'm sorry, 53 billion halfway through. 53 billion halfway through. We did, what, 87 billion a second ago in 1 minute? Which is an average of, what, 43 billion, 44 billion, right? So we're already doing more damage with Mina. Now, if she was A1 and we were only getting 90% attack instead of 120% attack, it wouldn't be as good, but it's still, I still think you would do just as well as Bison. Probably better because you're still going to get the increased target damage by 45% versus the 30%. So, I mean, they made her a very, very well-rounded character. Not only really great for the boss showdowns, not only really great as a damage dealer, not the best, I will have to always stress that, but still very, very powerful and super fun to play. But as a support, as a standalone support, so like even if you have this character at level 90, even if you have her at level 90, guys, she can get it done. Even if she have her level 90, you don't even have her 3 PG, she'll still get it done for you. She'll still give you that increased target damage received, and she's still going to give you 90% attack, which makes her really just an insanely well-rounded character for all the characters in the game. That is pretty damn OP and really, really nice to see. I mean, all the girls have buffs, but a lot of them are specific to Soul Calibers, whereas Mina's applies to everybody. All of her buffs apply to everybody. And that's the difference. And that's what makes her such a really good support. Now, I haven't tried any runs with her leadership. She decreased attack cooldowns by 2% and gives 50% to Soul Calibers, I believe. So that wouldn't really be good in this run. But as you guys can see, right? Well, let me kind of go all the way to the end here, okay? All right, as you guys can see, kind of the video was a little shorter than I thought. So as you guys can see, we're pretty much at 102 billion, right? 102 billion versus what, 87, almost 88 billion? So we did almost 12 billion more with Mina, which is amazing, guys. And this is I really wanted to highlight this because, you know, the character has a lot of versatility, which is pretty fantastic. You're not going to need any special cards for her or nothing like that. I mean, if you're using her as mainly a support and you have a different character that's going to break the meter for you, like Chun-Li or Bison or whoever the character may be, then you can just bring in an Athena, apply her third skill for the increased target damage received because it's hyper armor with an interrupt skill. As she's falling down, she'll go straight into her hyper armor. She won't take any damage. And then you hit your first skill, get the 90% attack, and then you're going to do a lot more damage. And I mean, honestly, guys, it doesn't even matter what you have here. I mean, if you have a super armor card, that would help because when she drops in, she won't get interrupted. But she's pretty awesome. Pretty fantastic, and I really wanted to highlight this. If you guys want to see any other little comparisons as far as supports are concerned, let me know what you'd like to see down in the comments below. But guys, I just wanted to reiterate how good Mina is, not only as a damage dealer, but really just as an all-around support, damage dealer, great character for the boss showdowns, probably going to be a really great character for the demo space. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about Mina as a support, and I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GG+7 time. The link is in the description below, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See everybody. Take care.